How to say but in Japanese, part 2. In this part, I'm going to teach you another 3 ways how to use but in Japanese, starting with noni. Noni means despite or even though, and it is quite emotional and maybe even a little bit formal. And let's see the first example. 元気なのに学校に来ない. Maybe some teacher is worried about the student. 元気なのに even though he's healthy, 学校に来ない. He doesn't come to school. As you see, noni is used at end of the first sentence and then you start another one. Another example, 約束したのに even though they promised us, 助けなかった. They didn't save us. Or maybe even though he promised, he didn't save me. It can be whatever. In Japanese, it is quite hard to realize who is doing what. But it depends on the context in which you actually use the sentence. For example, if somebody promised that he will help you and your friend already knows it, of course, when you say 約束したのに助けなかった, the friend knows that you are talking about the person, about the one person. Alright, last example. 勉強したのに忘れた. And again, as you see, 勉強したのに even though I studied, 忘れた. I forgot. And you again see some kind of emotion. The person is frustrated or angry. Noni has some kind of emotion, so if you want to seem frustrated in Japanese and use the word but, you can use noni. By the way, if you want to see more examples and have even further explanations and details, check the first link in the description, which is my full Japanese course for beginners. And there is also a community of people you can talk to and share your problems with learning Japanese, and they can also help you. It is a great community, so go join, first link in the description. Another way to say but is ga. And ga doesn't have that much emotion, but it is quite formal and also, yes, you can use it in more polite situations. It is more formal than kedo. First example, 彼女は優しいがちょっと変. Or if you want to see more natural, you will also remove the wa particle and you would say just 彼女優しいがちょっと変. And on the other way, if you want to seem more polite, you want to use 彼女は優しいですがちょっと変です. Using this des and other keigo. Another example, 眠いが寝たくない. I'm tired, but I don't want to sleep. And as you see again, there is not that much emotion, and it is just a normal way to say but. In Japanese, there is quite a lot of them, as you saw, kedo, demo, and ga. But it is the same as in English. In English, you also have things like although, even though, despite, however, but. So Japanese also has a lot of words for but. You can choose whatever you want, but Japanese is different in that some words are appropriate in some situations. You have to choose correctly. But as I said, ga is a little bit more polite and you can perfectly use it in more polite situations if you also use the keigo, the des and mas. Last example for ga is わかるがやりたくない. I understand, but I don't want to do it. And again, it is just a normal sentence using but, no emotion, but quite formal. If you want to say it politely, you can say わかるですが、やりたくないです. And this way you can use it in polite situations while speaking to strangers, and they won't think that you are weird. Last way to say but in Japanese I'm going to teach you today is shikashi, which means however, and it is also used in more polite situations, so it is more formal, and it is also used in more serious situations. So as you saw, noni was used in quite normal, quite lightweight situations. Ga could also, I'm just sleepy. Shikashi sometimes has a more bit of seriousness, as I said, to it. First example, 難しい。しかし、諦めない. It is hard, but I'm not going to give up. And as you saw, there could be also some emotion, some persuasiveness or determination added to it, depending on the way you speak. If you say, しかし、諦めない, you see, you seem more determined to actually do the thing. If you say, しかし、諦めない, maybe it is not that much emotional, but shikash sometimes has kind of determination depending on the context. If you want to say it politely, 難しいです。しかし、諦めません. Again, mas and des. Okay, go. Another example, 信じた. しかし、裏切られた. We trusted them, but they betrayed us. Or, however, we were betrayed. Again, some kind of frustration, emotion, anger. If you want to say it politely, 信じました. しかし、裏切られました. Two times mas. Last example is going to be a little bit longer, but I want to teach you more, so sit and listen. 助けてくれなかったのは事実だ. しかし、困ってる人がいれば助けるべきだ. The first sentence, 助けてくれなかったのは事実だ. It is true that they didn't come to save us. しかし, however, 困ってる人がいれば, if there is some or if there are some people in trouble, 助けるべきだ. Beki means should. I will have a lesson on this. 助けるべきだ. We should save them, or it is our duty to save them. That is everything for this video. I hope that you learned a lot about how to say but in Japanese, and now you will be able to choose between 5 different ways. And I'd appreciate if you would like and subscribe. Goodbye.